Alright, folks, welcome back, everyone. 欢迎大家回来。今天是第275天 is day 242, 275, 42, 275. Got a lot to go over. It was a bit of an average day yesterday. So let's go over. We had 发票, right? 发票. Oops. Good start. Oh, the top is so big. Yo. Invoice to T 以及 T. It's blurry, the left side of T. What happens if I write the right side? It's gone. T is a weak one. Okay. T is T. I think it's, yeah. And then you have moon, right? And not shellfish? Oh, no, wait, it's the other way around. ET, which is volume. And we have way. Tiny. No, wise. Yen. Prolong. True. Cool. And Hong. Hong. Or flood. Alright. May want to take a look at TEG again. Yes, so shellfish. Oh, I missed a stroke in T. T is very weak. The left side of T is very weak. That's not collectively a thing, is it? Oh, it is. It's bone. So bone is fairly weak. Alright.
承诺
Alright, let's go for an above average day. 承诺. To undertake 诺. That's Naruto. Oh, promise to undertake the promise, right? Promise.
承诺灭绝
灭绝灭Icky electricity plant. Oh, the fanning of the flames with a gigantic, whimsical. Oh, extinguish, right? Whimsical halberd. Or is that a battle axe? It looks like a battle axe. Don't quite know the difference between a battle axe and a halberd. Oh, halberd doesn't have to. Yeah. And Jie, Jie is to cut off. So extinguish and cut off. To go extinct.
灭绝血液
血液 blood, yeah. Liquid. Blood liquid. Okay. Oops.
血液
Yeah.
暴风雨
暴风雨暴 violent 风 wind rain storm 暴风雨
暴风雨半途而废
半途而废 half 途而废 go up halfway. Oh, I was about to say this reminded me of the half finish that we got recently. Root, right? Root. We just got root 途 and と in ワニカニ半途而废半途而废 Oh, I noticed that you can actually separate these a little to the left and to the right to make room. It's a little bunker thing. So half route and hey, discard. Oh, to give up halfway. Yeah. Okay. Leave something unfinished. To leave something. To quit half. Yeah, gave up halfway. On to our fei.
半途而废
Relatable. Relatable giving up halfway. Sometimes I feel like it's more like giving up before you even start situation.
承诺
Oh.
灭绝，
灭绝。
半途而废，
Oops, I've got the up.
血液，
Yeah. Oops. Missed the tone there. Up.
暴风雨，
暴风雨。消灭 eliminate, to make disappear and extinguish. Eliminate.
消灭，
消灭。
作废，
作废。Done. 废。Done discarded. Or make discarded, or do discarded to become invalid. Invalid, okay.
作废，液体，
液体。Liquid. T. Embody. Liquid embody. Okay, liquid. Okay, a liquid body. Yeah.
液体，
液体。Another T.
暴力，
暴力。Violent power. Violence.
暴力，墨，
More. Oh, that kind of. Oh, interesting. That kind of. Wow. Oh, More, really. It reminds me of the silence more. Only. This more. Right. Mario is in the bathroom of the office building where he has a cubicle job. He accidentally got some black ink on his white collared shirt. Mario? Interesting. And is in the process of trying to wash it out with water from the bathroom sink. To no avail. Desperate, he takes out some soil from his pocket and tries rubbing that on the black mark. Just makes it worse. That's good enough, I suppose. 墨水. 墨镜. That's
墨，
okay.
消灭，
Yeah.
液体， 作
作
废，
废。
暴力，
暴力。
墨，
Alright.
磨，
More? Ooh, that kind of looks like a more as well. The grind. Okay, Mario is inside the lobby of the office building, which I turned into a miniature shack. Woods. Dang it. Miniature woods. Which turned into... Okay. He sits next to a small shack, grinding a piece of stone. It kind of reminds me of the other one. More. What was the other one for more? Scrub. Or rub. I think it's rub. Or no, I think it's scrub. More. Deals with the whole similar thing. He has a shack and a forest or woods. A piece of stone to make a tool to cut down the woods that has infested the office building. His boss, wearing a white collar shirt and tie, oversees him grinding the stone to make sure that he... So Mario inside the office building, right? Where he works in a shack with wood-like decor and crafts. He he is selling, right, maybe like supplies that he builds from wood and stone as a side gig. As a side gig to his plumbing job. All right. Torment. 折磨. Interesting.
磨炉
Ooh. A stove. I think a stove is also used to describe a microwave. It's something Lu, maybe. Oh no, maybe not. Luke Skywalker. We meet again. Luke Skywalker is inside the living room of the house, sitting next to the stove with his pet tiger. Alright, who is cuddled up next to the Jedi. Okay, he keeps the fire going in the stove by throwing rice stacks from the rice field right next to him into the fire. Right next to him. And some wooden dishes that he has stacked up next to him. Oh, it's probably gonna be like Dianlu, electric stove. Dianlu is feels like something that I would hear, possibly. And maybe like gas stove. Which one with gas? A Yolu? No. Qilu. There might also be heater using stove. Oh, it is furnace, yeah. So like Niu, Niolu or something like that. There's electric stove. Dianlu. Fireplace. Bilu. No B. There's microwave. Yeah, it was microwave. What is it? Weibo Lu. Oh, Weibo. Makes sense. Weibo Lu. Oh, there's the cooking one. Lu. Dao. Don't have Zhao yet. Okay. How do I feel about this? A tiger, fire, rice field, dishes. You know. Luke, right, is inside his house, chilling by the fire in the stove or furnace, right? Hanging with his companion, Tiger, which that's actually not that unheard of in the Star Wars universe. After finishing farming, right? After finishing with the taking care of the rice field. And enjoying resting over some dishes. His companion. Seems a bit Lukish. A later Lukish, I suppose.
卢直
to breed. Great skeleton. James Bond is inside the house where he is undercover on a strange mission investigating breeding skeletons. Intriguing. There are 2 rows of skeletons lined up in straight lines. Every couple of minutes, the 2 skeletons at the front of the straight line get together and breed, and a second later, a new baby skeleton pops out. Alright, breed into it. Then skeleton families sit on the couch and carpet all waiting around doing nothing much at all. I guess reproduce is pretty good too. Maybe they're looking lined up in straight lines. Maybe like a manufacturing line. Or like exoskeletons or something. Things inside. Infiltrating. Infiltrating a secret laboratory house where they are reproducing high-tech exoskeletons. In a straight in like a straight factory line, or mass producing, I guess, like mass production. The house part's gonna be a little rough. 殖民地 breed members or lan. Interesting. That's an interesting way to think about a colony. Breed 繁殖 numerous breed. Huh.
直扩
Quaw. I dropped another quaw before. Arrange. Doesn't look like this quaw though. Right? I think I only have one other quaw. Just kidding. Oh, it's include. Include, it looks like it. Enlarge is okay. Qual for enlarge. I don't have board yet, which is the current one, right? I was thinking of include, not arrange. Dang it. What is arrange? Tuo. Is tuo arrange? Tuo. Yes. Oh, they both have finger. Okay. It still doesn't look like Qual. Qual has finger. Okay. Qual, board. Broad. Not board. Broad. Wide. Oh, that kind of lines up with the other Qual. It kind of. Not Qual, sorry. Quan. 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 Yeah, Quan. Which lines up with Qua because the right hand is very similar. Oh no, just kidding. I think I'm thinking of wide. Oh no. And then, oh, and enlarge. No, it's enlarge is what I'm thinking of in terms of cool. Yeah. So many. Koopa is in the bathroom of the office building where there's a plumbing issue. Okay, water sprays through the broad gap between the saloon doors of one of the stalls. Okay. Koopa rips out his abnormally broad tongue that's not checking out and puts in that's not gonna help. Okay. Tongue is the other thing that is not great. So, but lesser. Right, tongue, elbows, arm, tongue, elbows, legs, those things. So tongue, I don't know how to use tongue yet. Yeah, no idea how to use tongue. Like an alternative to tongue. Unless it ends up being useful for like tasting something. Okay. Alright. So Koopa is in the bathroom of the office building. Doing some plumbing. Or hot fixing a plumbing job, which typically Mario does, but Koopa doesn't like Mario's, right? Or doesn't gel well with Mario. Water is spraying everywhere between a gap, the saloon doors of a stall, right? That one's fine. So he took out a wide or broad adhesive strip of adhesive that is activated by licking it with his tongue, I guess. I try to patch it up. Pretty wild. Liao Kuo. I don't think I have that Liao. Kuo Chuo. Chuo. No, don't have that either.
或
Kuo seems like it's going to be tough.
挖
Wah. Big. Oh boy. I see a walking dollhouse. I start running. Run for the hills. Walter White is in front of the auditorium where he is digging with his fingers a hole into a dead walking dollhouse. Trying to get what's inside. Once he digs through, he finds a concert ticket inside. Next to him, another walking dollhouse that he dug through. So this is the second time he's done. Oh. Walking dollhouse. Not great. I want to change it to some sort of like fancy enclosure, but not enclosure itself. pivot. And he has fingers. This has fingers in it too. To make a dig at. Oh. MAKU. Interesting. Oh, hey. Here's a combination I haven't seen. But we did see the right hand with the flag and the exit today in Japanese. This one's the weakest.
蛙
No contest.
磨蛙直阔卢
Yep. Oh, we have extra characters. Lots of extra characters today. I thought that was the last one. Mien? Or cotton? Mickey Mouse is inside the pawn shop looking for some cotton to buy. Okay. A white towel made of cotton is for sale, but Mickey thinks the pawn shop is too expensive. He decides to get a secondhand cotton tree instead. When the shop owner isn't looking, he grabs it and runs out the door saying, "Nobody tries to rip off the mouse." Oh my. I mean, it's good enough. 棉花 棉被 That's 棉纱棉纱
棉木
Ooh, brave. There's a coffin and there's soil. What was the other? What was curtain? I feel like curtain had something to do with a tree next to a coffin. But what was down here? Oh, it was a towel. Okay, so no tree, just towel on the bottom. They both move. Mulan is in the bathroom of the house making a fake grave to fake her death so that she can join the army under a different name. She piles a bunch of soil into the corner and lowers her coffin into a dip in the pile of soil, closes the coffin and buries it with some more soil, completing the grave. I mean, sure. And move. Don't know what Fen is yet. Gung Mu. Public cemetery. Interesting. As opposed to public grave. Mu Di. Graveyard. Mu Bay. I don't know what that stone is yet. A bay or bay?
木谋
Oh, scheme. You do kind of look like a Mario thing. Oh, you do kind of look like a mole as well. Oh no, it's more like mole. Or like fool? Mole. Oh, heck, it's certain. Oh no. I screwed up again. Certain. Hmm. Although, I think mole? Oh, no, it's not. Dang it. I don't know what I'm thinking of then. Could be May. May. Okay, mole. Alright, mole. Mario is inside the bakery where a basket hangs on top of a tree. The basket hanging on top of a tree. In the next corner, I wonder how many baskets and trees there are. I feel like wooden basket is what we're gonna convert that into. In the corner next to the croissants, Mario's trying to find a scheme to get the basket down from the tree. He tries going out of control. Mario is inside the bakery. Taking a break from plumbing, right? Plumbing. And ordered scheme. Try to set up a scheme where he trades his services. Set up a scheme through words. Trade his services for lifetime supplies, lifetime supplies of wooden baskets of croissants as compensation. It's okay. Scheme is kind of a little bit underhand though. Ing more negative scheme. Conspiracy. Mosha. Interesting. Oh, mole, not mole. Mole.
某叠
Yeah, to tumble. Not the same as jai. Oh, it could be like jai die, die jai. I feel like they can go together probably. Tumble is very specific. Kong is inside the electricity plant where he is giving the groom a tour of the premises. Okay. Unfortunately, the groom's wooden leg dropped off, causing him to tumble on the ground. Diddy then tumbles over the wooden leg and into the fire of one of the generators where he is incinerated. Ah, Heaven, please. Diddy is inside the electricity plant. Sure, giving a tour of the plant for a soon-to-be groom with a wooden leg. Diddy was horsing around. Not horsing around, but monkeying around. He accidentally caused the groom to drop his leg and it got incinerated. the generator. Okay. Plummet. Oh, yeah. Violent drop and violent tumble. Shot, yeah. Interesting. So it didn't get paired up. Or
叠
for the vocabulary anyways. It's not that it doesn't exist. There's a chance it still exists. Just not added as vocabulary. Tumble.
绑
Bong. Bong. There's kind of a pung in there a bit. And a fung. Roster. Tree and sea captain. Definitely a pung. Bart Simpson is in the basement of the chapel hiding from his parents. Suddenly he sees a sea captain enter with a bunch of priests and nail a ship roster onto a small, just say wooden board that is in the middle of the basement. Once they leave, Bart Simpson runs over, adds his name to the roster so he can become king of the pirates. Yep. That's the origin story of Bart Simpson, the king of the pirates. Okay. Bart in the basement of the chapel, right? Hiding from the boring service, right? Boring service and his parents. Notice a wooden board with a roster posting by a sea captain. Quickly signs on and runs away for a bit. Okay. Alright. Roster, huh?
绑
White towel. Why is that a white towel? Oh. The heck? White towel. Oh, I forgot entirely the white parts. Oh, okay. Not so great.
木 绑 某 叠
The heck? I don't think I written the... Did I? Oh, sort of.
年
Oh, man's kind of weak. Alright. Try to complete this in a sound and orderly fashion. What the? What the coyote?
杰出，
他是一位杰出的科学家。
What?
“仓”，谦，画，
Am I missing something? Why am I? Oh, that is not show. Is it? Pretty sure that's show. I genuinely have no idea. Oh, it's Jia. Dang it. Okay. That's a new one. So, how do I mix this up for Jia? Already down one. Oh, to commend. Oh no, I missed the drum thing. Dang. Oh, that's disappointing.
氧气，
我需要氧气才能燃。
沙，
What? Oh, that's wired fence probably.
去世，
他爷爷是前年去世的。
I don't know what happened there at the moment.
安，让座，
给老人让座。
To like give up, to offer the seat, it's to yield your seat.
折，
Oops, two.
台，舞， 纸，
哦，
可嘉，
他的努力是非常可嘉的。
what? Wait, what? Huh. Was this before I changed it to dangerous? What else could this be? We have a dagger, dagger cliff, postage, wooden leg. Some part of me. Oh wait, just kidding.
贵，
It isn't.
圆，
Oh no, how do I think it's no idea.
孔，
It's fear or afraid or dread. Courage. No.
职业，
他的职业是律师，
It's a job or profession or occupation.
蹲， 沿着，
他沿着海滩跑步，
Pretty sure it's die 什么？待遇。
待遇，
这家餐厅对客人的待遇很好。
Wow. I wasn't expecting to get that, honestly.
笔直，
笔直走，
饭，
I don't know what that is. It's lost. What the heck? Huh.
灰色，
他的眼睛是深灰色的。
I thought it was wired fence. Or, oh, maybe it's like wired mesh. Oh my god. Okay, sure. Rip. I went with my gut. Didn't work.
全，
Hmm. Oh, it's like
举例，
举例说明，
举例说明. What is that? For example, or an example. Like to bring up an example. Yeah, to give an example. Examples. Oh, that's no, not the. It's afraid, fear, scared, dread. Okay.
见，
Uh. Okay. How does that work? No, right?
恶意，
他的话没有恶意。
恶意. Alice? I really thought that was fine. I don't know what's going on there. I kind of want to type. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. 我们不能 something 主负面. The key is the character that I'm forgetting. I swear it's cool. Oh, I might have. I have no idea. Oh, wait. That's not. Oh, yeah, it is. Or. No, it's not. It's not. I screwed up. I got it, I think. Oops. Match.
洒水壶，
他买了一个绿色的洒水壶。
女郎，
她是一位美丽的女郎。
No wait, this is the.
的，
Just kidding. The. Not no.
太平洋，
太平洋是最大的海洋。
实验，
实验在实验室进行。
实验在实验。实验室进行。Or like confirm, check, true, experiments. Oh, okay, fine.
体，
Pretty sure this is match.
袖珍，
这是一个袖珍计算机。
袖珍. Oh my gosh, pocket size. That's gonna... We're gonna lose that eventually.
醒悟，
他终于醒悟到自己的错误。
Oh, we just got
睡眠，
睡眠
today
对健康很重要。
in Japanese.
阵地，
攻击敌人的阵地。
like battle position, like position.
抢救，
我从树上抢救了3只猫。
Oh no.
选拔，
这间公司只选拔最好的候选人。
Okay. What? Oh. Wait.
碰到，
我昨天刚巧碰到他。
I think this is...
裹足不前，
我们不能裹足不前。
I don't know what the expression is, though. I think that's wrap, right? Wrap legs, but before? Hesitate before moving forward. Those aren't the words, but like we shouldn't, yeah, hesitate to proceed. It's fine. Hesitate before moving forward is is still relatively similar. Okay.
侧
Oh no. What the bamboo gloves?
答案
他知道问题的答案。
or I guess didn't quite think that through.
磨 杆
Uh-oh. Oh, shaft. Oh, that's weak.
蒙受
他蒙受不公平的批评。
It's kind of like cover what's accepted, so take on, or how does that, they like to take on, suffer? Yeah. I'm gonna say to take on is pretty on. Do I have endure? Maybe endure is a little too far. Whoops.
压 E
E is kind of weak. Or answer, that's fine. What the...
淡季
现在是旅游淡季，
It's a mild season, like an off season, a mild season. Okay. Heck. No. Tread. Whoops.
道
I misspelled that.
自私
自私是一种缺点。
Private life, maybe? Or no. Privacy. What incarnation?
活跃
他是一个活跃的成员。
平凡
我不喜欢频繁的通知。
宝贝
这只小猫真是个可爱的宝贝。
What the deuce? Wait. Let's... I don't...
呼
Okay. I don't understand the one radical. That's a sheep? Oh, sheep plus big. Interesting. Instead of beautiful.
悲伤，
这是一部非常悲伤的电影。
Or like super sad or really sad, just I mean tragic is pretty good.
负，
Oh no. Okay. Hmm. Ugh. I'm gonna have to think about. Oh, I know what that is.
载客，
那辆公车正在载客，
What? It carries passengers? Okay. What? Oh no. I don't remember what this is. Was he Qing的李子 or 老子 No, that's Li Zi. I feel like it's kind of something about respect. Invite, respectfully invite, or something like that. Maybe like... Okay.
fade,
Oh, that is fading fast. Oh, that's... Oh, no. Lungs. That's fading fast. I think this is... Hmm. Hmm.
"账户，
我在银行开了一个账户，
算账，
月底的时候我们要算账。
No, this is lost. I can't think of... Wait, oh my goodness. It's brittle again. Alright, So we're switching it up. Brittle just doesn't work, and moon sucks so hard too. It's like a combination of a change in things. Man, brittle. Oh, and it's Qing for pure. I double ticked on that, so it's the whole thing. So Qing Cui. Pure and brittle is crisp, right? Probably crisp. Alright. Qing has say in it. Alright, so how do we get around the brittle thing? Brittle is like I got it. Well, let's just change that up now. Oh no, wait. I can't incorporate brittle. Fragile. Alright, so Cupid is in the bathroom. The beach house. Setting up decorating for the honeymoon. Right. Oh, that's interesting. Honeymoon. Not sure if this is gonna help me out or throw me off of the deep end. Decorating for the honeymoon. Fragile. Sometimes like couples can be fragile. So he is decorating. No. I think we're just gonna stick with this. It's not that great. Just gotta stick with it. Break it down. And I don't know how to get brittle in there. Rough. Privacy. Private life. Privacy.
撤换
公司撤换了经理。
Oh, really? What?
飞往
飞往上海。
This is selfish. Might as well add selfish because that's definitely not what I get from that. Oh. That's definitely not what I get.
撤离
居民必须撤离。
这里
病症
他的病症很复杂。
群岛
这些群岛上有许多热带植物。
Oops. That's a typo.
半岛
这座城市坐落在一个半岛上。
厌食症
厌食症需要专业的医疗辅助。
清脆，
我爱清脆的梨子。
家，
I really thought this was... Maybe it's... I remember there's something wrong with this. I keep thinking it's the pawn shop, but it's not the pawn shop. I think.
舰队，
I still have yet to overcome that. It's complimentary gift. I think.
债主，
债主不愿意再给他时间。
军舰，
军舰上有很多士兵。
What the... Oh, that didn't work.
敌视，
他因为不同意见而遭受了同事的敌视。
What? Enemy look? Or hostility? Okay. That's fine.
"路障，
警察设置了路障来控制交通。
赠送，
公司赠送客户一些纪念品。
Oh no, it's not complimentary gift. Oh no, it's not gift. It's a praise. They're sending praise. Maybe complimenting or praising. That's a bit of a stickler. We had Jung and Jung, or the other one is gift. Gift and praise are the two. Slowly working on them.
搭，
That one sucks. What? Oh, that's a typo. What's another way to say tendency? Inclination. How do I do English manner with Kirby? Oh.
星，
Oh, wrong order. 公司的将送客户一些。I thought that is. And praise. To send like compliments and stuff to gift. I mean that's fine. It's still gifting. So it was the gift one. That's fine. There's also a complimentary gift. I don't know where the complimentary one is kind of sus.
玄
Yeah, man. Put up in this one. Like revolve. Oh my god. Gonna have to work. We're gonna have to work them into something else. But this was what? Yen. Not yen. Where? Highs. I have no idea.
烈 赖 伤亡
战争造成了许多伤亡。
辱 勺
No idea. Still.
症状
我有流感的症状。
乙
That's rough. No, there's no chance. Hun, oh my gosh. Oh, it was Patrick, not Yoshi, that I'm using the same mnemonic. I guess we'll just fund that. It was either Yoshi saving something for Mario or Patrick saving something for to buy later. So it's like hope for. I guess we just line it up with what? Pan 1, right? Pan 1. Yep, to hold for pawn 1. Uh-oh. Oh no.
盼鼓西
What the foreman and 对穷关强关 and gun something gun. Sensitive. Hmm.
中机械
农场需要更多现代化的机械。
可怜
这只小狗非常可怜。
Hmm. What? What the deuce?
鸡住
Hmm.
院
It's we can use institution, but courtyard is fine. Institutions. Okay. Speaking of what I was talking about earlier,
扩音器
扩音器坏了，
扩音器，扩音器。
移植
这棵树被移植到了花园的另一侧。
下山
我们什么时候下山？
毫秒
1秒包含1000毫秒。
月吃醋
他常常吃醋，但不会说出来。
观赏
观赏歌剧演出。
线
Oh no. Ah, I'm getting the two.
周
I talked about this too. I'm getting the two mixed up, I think. And yeah, gonna have to stoop on that. Oh, that's total.
葡萄
葡萄汁含有很多糖，
辞职
他决定辞职。
Sure, this is sensitive. And I'm looking for dexterity. Really thought it was like 敏感.
敏感
他对强光很敏感，
What?
围绕
我的生活围绕着中文。
Like revolves around, goes around. Yeah, okay. What? Oh, 痛骂. Yao? Yao Quinn. Yao. Hold on, I need to reevaluate that.
喝醉
喝醉后，他什么都不记得了。
偷偷
他们偷偷地逃出了房子。
湖
Oh man. Oh wait, I got it. No, I really thought that was it. Oh no. That was a typo. It's fine. It's fine. There's still hope.
圆珠笔
我的圆珠笔是蓝色的。
What about this? I thought this was the balancing thing. Right? What is that saying? 这是一 something good done. Oh, second rock music. Thought it was Yao. 滚，摇滚。Oh yeah,
摇滚乐，
I
这
messed
是一
up.
首摇
Yeah,
滚乐歌单。
I said yo. It sounded so weird.
违法，
这是违法的。
ugh, I didn't feel too good about that. Oh, really? This is like deadline. Or at that time. Yeah.
届时，饼干，
这些饼干很好吃。
款，
thick and brittle.
脆，
That's probably the most disappointing.
口臭，
它有口臭。
斜线，
文件名中不能包含斜线。
I found this. What was it? I think. No, I have no idea. Oh, this is gonna. Oh man. This is so annoying. Is it like quit? Oh, it's not quit. Hmm. Oh, this is what? That's definitely B. Coin. Yeah. Oh, Ying B.
硬币，
Ying B. I keep getting back and front, like my back mixed up with this one. Let me see. What can I think about? North Pole and a moon. The other one is definitely oh. It could be the other one instead. Oops. That's a typo. No, it's definitely T.
痛骂，
他痛骂了他的秘书。
Yeah, this is so aggravating. This is probably the... What? I did type AT. Wait, what did I type? And this is to abandon or quit, right? Well, I guess it's more abandon. I typed bay and buy. But I typed bay first.
背弃，
Oh.
他背弃了他的朋友。
Maybe I typed the wrong... Oh man, I went down a rabbit hole despite trying to type Bei Qi first. So yeah, because Bei is back, right? Is this? Yeah, this is back. So I don't actually know what the other thing is. I typically assume it's back. But there's something else that I get mixed up. What is it? It's not Bei. It's not this Bei either. What looks like this? I don't even know what the meaning is either. That's one for the books. No, I didn't learn anything from the first guess. This was supposed to be my first guess. My first feeling, which deals with like either abandoning, which is a person, or quitting on a person, right? Or giving up on a person. Abandon. Alright. That's not less disappointing now. Definitely less disappointing. Okay. So what's the most disappointing? Pun. Pun is very disappointing. 知思知智智思智思 I gotta check. Better check this now. 记智 where's 智 at? Wait, why is it not listed here? Oh, whoops. So there's a bunch of private stuff, right? 自己 is self. 自私 so the ego, we gotta think of it as ego, not I. Self-respect is fine. Self-pity is fine. Self-confidence, believe in self, that's fine. And then we have to go into 私. Okay, 私人 for private. 隐私. Oh, it deals with some sort of hidden stuff. Okay. 私人 for 私人 for private. There's still more. There's still more character overlap. What else? 人? I think 人 might have something too. Yourself, 本人. 本人. That's pretty identifiable. Okay, it's not as crazy as private. Okay, private's good. Self. Oh, there's that self too. Using this, which we have 自己. Intimate is 知. Okay, that's actually not that bad. And then it goes on to 知. So the difference, the two that I need to separate from is 自己versus 自私. Okay. Alright. And then I have a recency thing. Oh, 确. And then 确. Understood. Pretty good, pretty decent day. Alright. So yeah, more. Li. Oh no, not Li. Lu. 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 This one's kind of a oops shoot. Or more. This one's kind of a poop shoot. Wow. Zhi. Mian. Mo. Yeah. Okay. Zuo Fei. Some of these are a little bit wonky. That's to become invalid. Oh, to become invalid. Very sus. Nope, that's not it. Mie is pretty weak too. Mie. Mie Jue. Bao Fen Yu. Cheng. Oh. It's kind of hard to see that stuff. Oh, this is weak. Promise. Is that Chinese? It's Chinese, yeah. Traditional Chinese. No. Xue Ye. How did the ye work? Right. How do you even read those? Everything looks very similar. Art. Pictures in a box. Yeah. Art. Art is the way. I'm being pedantic. Or not, I'm being pedantic. I'm being reductive. But art could help. I can't actually see what that is. Bond something R. It's like give up halfway. Yeah. Bond tool R Fei. on is have, who, route, are, and pay. Are these words or letters? Both. That's the thing about Chinese characters or things related to this type of writing system. They're both letters and words at the same time. Xiao, 消灭. It's the reason why I can write these. So these lus and pinyin, it's because they're both words and letters at the same time. Yeti. Ali. Alright, let's go over today's characters. So we have Mulan in the bathroom of the house, or house, using a coffin. Coffin and some soil. It's to fake her death, to create a grave to fake her death. On Mario. And we have Mario, who's in the bathroom of the office building. Oh no, not in the bathroom of the office. That's the wrong. Oh yeah, no, it is. In the office building. He has a black stain. Black ink stain. And, well, he's a plumber, not a cleaner. Tried to clean it with his soil and made it worse. With some soil. What does that even mean? It's a mnemonic. It's part of the mnemonic. That's how I'm getting the reads. First. Let's see. Luke Skywalker, who's in the... This is the real-time demonstration of what the mnemonic system that HanziHero uses. Luke Skywalker is in the house. Chilling out from working in the field. In the field with his companion tiger. In front of a fire in a stove, sharing some dishes. So each tier in that single letter is a syllable. Each tier in that single... No, there are no syllables. Or... Okay, hang on. If syllables equates to a sound, right? I think that's what we're gonna go with. If syllable equates to a sound, like if you're defining a syllable as a sound, there are like every single character is a syllable. Every character is a syllable. Now, if you're talking about sound construction, this mnemonic is what they do is they break the sound for the syllable into 3 components. these components start with an initial and a final put together with a tone. And there are 4 tones. So, B plus I. So this is the initial. And this is the final. So when you put B and I together, you have Bai, right? But Bai has 4 tones. Bai, 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 and Bai. And sometimes, but this is not one of the ones, but there's also Bai. Bai is just neutral. But neutral is not considered a functional tone for most quote-unquote syllables. So the mnemonic has to determine who the initial is. The initial is a person. The final is a place. And the location is the tone. So when I say Luke Skywalker is inside the house, it's saying that it's Lu plus no final. So there's no final. So it's just Lu. And he's inside the house. So it's tone 2, which is going up. So then that is Lu. This character is Lu. And in order to read the character, the rest of the story holds up. So Luke Skywalker is inside the house, coming back from the field with his companion Tiger, who is sitting in front of the fire stove sharing a dish. So when you have the field, when you're decoupling this is fire, the character for fire. This is the character for tiger. Character for field, and then character for dish. So when you put it all together, this is Lu, and that's the one character. And it's a single syllable from an English standpoint. Lu is a single syllable because it sounds like one syllable. So when you combine this with something else like dun dian, right? If you combine dian, you have dian lu, which is electric stove. So when you sound it out, it kind of sounds like 2 or 3 syllables. Generally, a character is kind of like 2 syllables slapped together in English. 2 sounds. You're running 2 sounds together. And then the tone, English does have tones. Just they don't serve any function outside of like asking a question. English has uptone and downtone, which you're probably familiar with. If you, if somebody keeps talking like this and never ends his sentences and always keep on going and you never know when it's going to end, that's uptone. So that's 2. And then downtone is whenever you end a sentence, that was downtone. Sentence, it's going downward. So, there are tones in English, just very, very few consistently. So that's kind of the quickest summary, like a quickish summary of the Chinese language. Now, in terms of writing form, every single character has a different... So now, if you're thinking about it, each character has a meaning component. And the reading component has unlimited, like, we're gonna say anywhere from 1 to like 5 parts. So that means any combination of 1 to 5 parts creates a new character. And each character can have any one of, I forgot how many initials there are. I can show you very quickly what the initials are. So sounds look like this. It's a chart. I don't know how many initials there are. 1, 2, 3. Is this only shown initials? Okay. So total, if you look at it total, there are 50 plus 51, 5 across, 11. So 51. There's roughly 80. Let's just say roughly 80 split. So there are like 80 different parts of initials and finals. So imagine them being combined in different ways, right? It's always made up of 2 things, and any 2 things can go into it. So it's that many combinations, and that's all the syllables and sounds, the syllables of the Chinese language. Now the thing about the Chinese language is there are fewer syllables, actually. Fewer syllables than English. In a way. It's fewer syllables by initial and final. But then all those syllables have 4 tones. And that's where the breadth, like the depth of the language comes from. The tone quadruples all the combinations of syllables. And then when you're reading Chinese, all these characters create all the combinations of those words, of the words that are composed, or of the characters, and then those characters are combined to create words or concepts or something. So as opposed to like thinking of it as a letters, so there aren't technically letters in Chinese. There are condensations of concepts. That's kind of a really roundabout way. In Japanese, there are things. Japanese has 2 systems. It actually there's hybrid system for Japanese, where there is a concept of kana that leads to letters and syllables. And that is written in a character form. I'm not doing something like this. There's a Taiwanese system largely that converts same way. I'm actually using English. So I'm using this pinyin system to write and represent the sounds or the syllables of the Chinese language. And then I'm converting them into the characters. So then that's basically what you spend a lot of time expanding. You expand characters, and then the rest is like contextual. You need to use context and whatnot to construct sentences and whatnot. So all of this does not involve, everything that I've said doesn't involve any form of like conversation or systems or grammar or sentence stuff. It's largely to expand the readability of characters. And it's kind of fun. It's fun looking at these things. Like it's very much like if you see a circle, right? You could say that's a circle, or you could write the word circle, and then circle has 2 syllables, right? Sir and ko. But you could write sir as in s, and k o, so k o, right? And then the concept is very complicated. A circle is many things. It can also be a sphere, It can also be a flat circle drawing. It could be 0. So that's what these characters are. These characters represent all of the many of these concepts. And then these characters then can be combined with other characters to create the nuance between, are you referring to a 0 or a circle? And that is the wonders of learning this type of system. It's related to Japanese as well, and it's also related to Korean. Actually, most of the Eastern Hemisphere, like the Pan-Asian area, have some semblance to this type of system. Interesting, you know? Interesting. I don't know if you're interested in learning another language. I mean, you do work in computer science. So I think it would be far more interesting to run parallels with syntax. Right? Syntax and the idea of like lower level languages in computational work. You could imagine each of these characters as objects, and then some of these characters belong to a couple classes at a higher level, and then the vocabulary, and then these objects need particular syntax, and they come with specific parameters that you must be consistent about. And without the proper, parameters or valid syntax, you can't construct the object, right? And then the object contains all of the syntax and parameters of the characters, and then those characters can become vocabularies to form a class of meanings. And then all of that could be packaged, right? Could convert into a package filled with related functionalities. Actually, that might not be the same order for all computational language. I'm kind of trying to draw on Python, those languages might be rearranged, like which hierarchy it is, like class and object and package. Hopefully that was interesting, Blue. Alright, so let's go back. So we have Koopa, who's in the bathroom of, I think, people who are in computer science, who's learning like a lower language, find that learning a natural language is very enriching. Like it enriches and enlightens the appreciation for constructed languages. Computer language being largely, many of them being constructed language, right? And then natural languages have their idiosyncrasies. So one of those things to balance the joy of having something that's naturally occurring versus something that is constructed by logic. I think it's a large coincidence right now. I don't think it's causal, but many people who are in computer science happen to also be people who dabble in either Chinese or Japanese, or possibly even Korean. Coincidence. I mean, it's corollary, but coincidental probably. Let's see. So we have Koopa is in the bathroom of the office, being relegated to fix a problem. There's water spraying from the saloon doors. So he decided to pull out a broad strip of adhesive that's activated by licking it with his tongue. Then we have Mario, who's in the office building starting up a new craft once again. He's operating from a shack with a lot of woodsy decor. And he's selling little... Wait. He's selling wooden tools that he grind and create with the stone. It's a side hustle from his plumbing job. And we have Walter White, who's in front of the auditorium. This is probably a weak one. Auditorium. Guess he has like a... He's found digging in his fancy walking dollhouse stash. His second one with his fingers to find his ticket. It's a really weak one. I don't know what to do with that one. Too restrictive. Alright. So we have James Bond, who's infiltrating a house with a secret laboratory that has a straight mass production line for high-tech exoskeletons of production or reproduction, I suppose. Reproduction. Okay, then we have Mickey entering the pawn shop. Looking to buy some cotton. He saw some white towels and noticed that they were really expensive. So instead, he decided to opt to grow his own cotton by buying a nascent cotton tree. Not sure how that works too. That's a little bit neat. That's a little bit meh. Yeah, Bart Simpson, who ran off to the basement of the chapel, hiding from the boring service and his parents. He noticed on a wooden board a roster call hosted by a sea captain. So he goes missing for a couple days. Alright. Then we have Mario. Mario inside the bakery, approaching the baker. He has a scheme that he wants to settle, to create with his words, where he trades his services for a wooden bucket. A wooden bucket of croissants with each service done. And we have Diddy Kong, who is in the electricity plant. Giving a tour to some soon-to-be groom who happens to have a wooden leg. Due to his monkeying around, the groom tumbled and his wooden leg accidentally got incinerated. Okay. 2 vocabulary words today. 清确. Uh-oh. Oh no. That's not it. Somehow. Was it probably Beanstalk and Moon, right? Che. Che was this is Crisp. And then 自私 私 I think I missed a stroke. That's fine. This is selfish. Yeah, 2 characters. Very disappointing ones. Jia, which is new-ish. Commend. And Han. Which is hope for. All right. Well, that's a wrap for today. Long day, of course. It's our lesson day. Not doing an Inktober prompt today. Try to do the double Inktober prompt tomorrow. Catch up on time. To catch up. Good rest. Yeah. That's a wrap for our HanziHero session today. If you're gonna watch this later, 谢谢. As always, feel free to follow along. You know, pick up HanziHero for yourself. Give it a try. Let me know what you think. I'm gonna try to echo something. I'm gonna try to echo something from Wanikani, right, for my next statement, right? You're always welcome to come on by, share some stories. We can exchange ideas, share perspectives, right? However, lately, or maybe it's not uncommon when people start to engage in sharing and talking and whatnot, that there is a very common pattern that I observe, which I tend to share very openly. Whether you take that personally or not, that is kind of on me. Open generosity tends to either be rejected and or possibly even ignored, right? Either rejected or ignored. Oftentimes though, when someone finds that they are taking it personally, that can create a bit of conflict of interest. And oftentimes I do feel that when I'm stating something that is observed, it can be misconstrued as taking something personally. And then from that, I can ascertain whether that is accurate or not, right? However, there is a big if in all of this. And that is when I talk about sharing, I'm talking about mutual exchange and sharing. So if someone approaches me and suggests like, oh yeah, they're into this, right? They like having conversations, exchanging ideas. They like to be compassionate, empathetic, and sympathetic and whatnot. I take that with the utmost sincerity. So I tend to try to do that by default, whether I'm talking to someone or not. I often talk to do self-talking, prepare myself for my future self, that type of thing, or reflect on my younger self. But it is no walk in the park when I say something and I point it out and someone defends it despite telling me something else. That is when I point out inconsistencies and self-contradictions, right? I believe and respect when people tell me something, but when you spend most of your time telling me that I misconstrued something, or I'm not inferring properly or presuming something, and then you're telling me to ignore my subtextual understanding of people, that's not an attempt to sympathize or empathize at all. That's more of a protective measure, which I will respect the distance. The thing that kind of feels a little bit of a bamboozle is when you portray yourself as someone who wants to empathize, who believes in expression and exchange of ideas, only to spend a lifetime, or spend whatever lifetime I have, because I only talk to strangers every maybe an hour or two and I never hear from them again. Or maybe we come to an impasse, because ultimately I think whether you're typing or speaking them, if your mannerism is suggesting that you type and say you spend time, you want, desire to express things to other people and be loving and compassionate, then I'll treat you as such a person. That is my way of demonstrating that I'm listening. But instead, oftentimes that can also lead to situations where someone would say they're one thing, but they act like another thing. And that's perfectly all right, provided that I got a learning experience out of it and they continue to educate me on what it is that I miss, right? However, that is very different when someone says, the problem is you, and because it's so complicated, I'm so special and I know so much about myself, and I won't take the effort to explain all these misconceptions. In my opinion, that's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Literally what happened today was the idea that I was told that I can't infer things or imbue emotions into someone's form of expression, because somehow there's a double standard for how people express things. When you type a sentence and say, I hate you, it is to be taken literally with no emotional subtext. That is because this person decided that writing just happens to be a little different from speaking. Well, if they have their ways of subtextually expressing them. Changing the name of the game and then saying it's too complicated to explain things, that to me is saying the opposite of what you're presenting yourself. So that means I learn nothing. I don't get to learn anything. And then when the time comes when the person suggested that, will I listen? I sit there and I wait it. And I wait it. And what happens is the person literally explained to me that they do not want to invest the time in explaining it. That's exactly my point. So, whether you're intent or not, misconceptions happen when you decide to present yourself like this infallible, incomprehensible entity that somehow whenever someone probes and asks you to explain the form of your expression and you refuse and make excuses about the medium's limitations, my thought was interesting, because if words are viewed literally only, that's a shame when you read a book. That's a shame when you use those words to communicate, because speaking is transformative. So is writing. So is artwork. So being so reductive about a medium in order to create a excuse is, in my opinion, opposite of what I was sold. And to me, that it tracks with the symptom of compartmentalizing your perception of yourself. As like when you're online, you want to be perceived this way, but then you speak out of desire to let people in or understand you, but you only have parts of you available, right? Like when I was explaining Chinese, that is what I mean. Like, you can choose to omit or avoid some of the expressions of the writing. That doesn't mean it's limited to the point where you can't use it to express yourself. And saying things like only, cannot, right, good, bad, that is reductive, in my opinion. So before you go and present yourself, right, like I have to be ready for this disclaimer. When I mean share, I mean it's a mutual sharing. Like generosity is bred with generosity. Empathy is a two-body problem, or it's a two-way system. When someone tries to educate me or challenge me and say that I'm not being empathetic, it is very hard to believe that person, that they understand that empathy goes both ways. Someone can empathize, but the receiver can reject it. So you can sit there and keep saying that I don't understand you without explaining anything. That is not onerous on the person who's trying to be empathetic. That's the person who thinks they're empathetic that's not explaining anything. Right? If you keep getting misconceptions and you feel like everyone around you is destructive and they don't understand you, I think it's worth looking inside and seeing what else contributes to that. Not that it's all one person's fault. It's rarely ever one person's fault when it comes to communication. Communication, language learning, writing, language barriers, cultural barriers, both written and spoken. In fact, I again welcome that person. They could decide they could start a mic. I'll talk to them in text form. And maybe it's a way to demonstrate or empathize with whatever they feel is limited. But there's no way, in my opinion, in my mind's eye, that when someone spends most of their comments accusing the other person for being deficient, and then when given the opportunity to explain, they don't, that is not on the person who's trying. It's on the person who's not trying. Empathy is exhausting. It's genuine. It's incredibly rewarding because effort is placed into it. Not when it's avoided, excused, and deflected. So, with that, it sounds like a grim, really a negative statement, but I think it's a reality that's worth keeping in mind, because I do enjoy it. I like spending endless hours talking to someone and trying our best, having arguments and finding agreeability, or maybe even in understanding that we have different lives and different differing opinions, but we talk about the differences. We don't state it as though it's a great way to avoid talking about it. If you want to guarantee a person to misconceive and misunderstand you, is to not explain any of it at all. So if I had to invest in someone and someone says, oh yeah, you're not listening to me. It's like, okay, can you explain it? And then they say, oh, you know what? It's too much trouble. It's like, well, we're not friends. That's why it's too much trouble, right? So if I'm not worth your time, then I don't learn anything. And then when I don't learn anything, you have the right to be angry, but I don't have the right to feel sorry for you. Or like you don't deserve my pity, or you don't deserve my empathy. It has to be reciprocated. So like I can't empathize with you if you don't explain anything, right? And one of the things that happened quite a lot at the end when it comes to impasse or like some very lazy write-off is statements, like irrefutable statements, like, oh yeah, I'm being empathetic, right? We live different lives. That's the opposite of empathy. Oh, different strokes for different people. That's the opposite of empathy. You might get sympathy from that, sure, right? Like, I'm sympathetic. I'm sorry that you feel that I can't relate to you. Your life must really, really be down in the dumpster to express things that I see as signs of incredible past damage that I can't empathize with. But I can try to comprehend it if you shared. But if you feel like that's off limits, that's perfectly fine. If you word it like, I could explain it, but you're not worth my time, that is not compassion. That is demonstrating you don't care about the person you're talking to, in my opinion. So, wording, phrasing, it's incredibly expressive. But then to exonerate yourself by suggesting that, oh, words are only literal, you shouldn't read between the lines. I can't even imagine what that's like to live in a world where somehow when you're writing, it's inconsequential, but when you speak, it's consequential. In fact, I would like to argue that if we were to be spoken, even more of it will come to light, right? If you think you speak well and you can't write well, and yet writing is what you're more comfortable with, I can't even imagine what it's like speaking to the person. And we're here on a positive note that's what happens. Like that stuff, it's all part of the experience, right? You're gonna have people you disagree with. You're going to have people you agree with. Different cultural barriers, different backgrounds. And the wonderful thing about communicating and sharing moments with each other, both professionally, objective moments, like I just got a bonus from work or something, and then expressing that you're okay with sharing that is information. I feel the moment that someone tells me that they care and they say they care not to explain, that's a hypocritical state of mind, right? It tells me a lot more than one might think. But you can tell me it doesn't mean much, and I'm like, I agree, it doesn't mean much because you don't treat it like it means much, right? And I could only imagine how that behavior and that mindset affects everything else around the person's life. So not only was I not even talking about anyone in particular, I was talking about associated behavior. When someone is apathetic and selfish and narcissistic, oftentimes the environment that they are most comfortable in is working with other people that are possibly selfish, narcissistic, and ambitious, right? That's understanding the realities. I like being around people who are concerned about these things in a team-oriented manner. If you operate much better in a solo manner, it's good that we got it out, right? If you want to educate me, that does involve communication, right? People can't read minds, or at least I don't think people can read minds yet. So that's what I'm here for. You're more than welcome. A big disclaimer. That's what happens from time to time. I'm telling myself that actually. From occasion. It's very difficult, but I'll keep trying to describe what it's like to openly have communication with the people of today, right? In the platforms of today, because parasocial relationships and defensive, selfish internalization makes for very difficult strain on communication skills. And I don't think that comes in both writing forms, speaking forms, artwork, general common interest, problem solving, critical thinking, perspective exchange. All of them comes with interacting with other people. And I would think, here's my last rhetoric, or maybe last volunteer myself, one of the lowest forms, in my opinion, of showing that you care is to portray subtextually in any form of expression that you're not worth their time, or they're not worth your time. And that to me will tell me pretty much what I need to know, right? And sure enough, I do feel that the vast majority of people underestimate how little they care about other people. Because in this world, sometimes it's more efficient that way. Actually, most of the time, it's more efficient to care about your own business, talk about your own things, solve your own problems, right? So hopefully, those people out there who I've had the pleasure of meeting, like 3 or 4 people so far, they're healthy, they can solve their own problems, manage and cope with like basic management skills and whatnot, whatever they think is basic, and they live a happy life and continue to thrive in an environment appropriate for them. For myself, I cannot reciprocate that, because to me personally, it is highly improbable to have a working dialogue and discussion or deeper connection with anyone without actually communicating, and not even communicating in a ideal capacity, but putting forth the effort of communicating, not excuses to not communicate. It is what I experienced. Actually, most of the time, I would say, over the 7 years of streaming, that propensity and tendency increased over time. There are plenty of examples to want to excuse yourself from communicating, right? Like IRL is, there's too much information in IRL. I don't hang out with people in IRL, so therefore I'm not going to try to communicate. You're doing something I'm not. You're speaking through a mic and I'm writing, so therefore that's a good excuse not to try anyways. Oh, when we speak, it's like, oh, I'm not in a great feeling of mind, so I don't want to speak today. Those are the convenience. It's excuses of convenience, personally. If that's a rough reality check, those are convenient. Again, the opportunity is there. If someone tells me that they can communicate really well through speaking, then I can do the role reversal. I don't think I'm ever apprehensive in trying to do a role reversal. Switch sides with me, right? Go and start streaming, talking about your things, your artwork, and I'll drop in and we'll do it. I will demonstrate that I don't have a problem. So now you can find the vehicle in which you can express yourself, right? Well, let's educate, let's practice these social experiments. I'm game for that. Otherwise, if you're saying, like, at the end of the day, even given the opportunity, you're like, nah, never mind, like, it's too different, it's a competition. It's like, you made it a competition. I have no reason to want to win. Like, keep stating things as though they're not or is what I'm trying to point out, right? Oh, I'm too shy to communicate. Well, I'm sorry. I guess we're not going to communicate. Oh, your life is really different, so you wouldn't ever understand. Well, then we won't communicate anymore. I didn't say that. Like, that's why I say open. Tell me stories. Tell me about your life. Be interested in your life. Whether I understand from the get-go is less than ideal, but I don't think there's a person out there who can ideally ever be on that level. So whenever you open your mouth and type a word, you're like, oh, it has to be the best. It has to be good enough. Good enough according to who? How do you know what you're going to get? Right? If you never practice or you try to minimize your practice, I would argue you probably wouldn't get anywhere in the first place. So I think that, to me, is one of the young things that happen a lot. The internet things. I will bumble through my way through something, but I'm gonna sure as heck show the other person that I'm trying. And if you reject someone that's trying, and then when given the opportunity, you try yourself and you say no, that's a one-way exchange. Someone's trying, someone's not. And that is probably where I want to end. It's a little bit of a negative statement. Let's try to be a little bit more positive. I look forward to anyone who feels that they're a great communicator. They can teach me a lot of things, or maybe they can put me in my place, right? Like get me to sober up, talk about realities, maybe even psychoanalyze me. That's perfectly fine. I would love to hear more about myself through someone else. The last thing I want to say to someone is, oh, you're too different, so I can't understand it. I say that when the other person stops trying. Like, well, you're too different. I can't ever, we're at an impasse because you choose never to educate me anymore, right? If someone gives up, then I'm not going to force my way into it, right? At least that's not my jam, and I'm not here to do that. So, when I don't say we're at an impasse very likely, or, dear me, agree to disagree, or everyone's different, it depends. There are plenty more irrefutable, what do I call them? Like conversation terminating cliches being passed off as wisdom, right? That's what ended most of my conversations with long-standing people, because they kept it professional, non-personal, and then they ended it with cliche termination. Like, oh, okay, well, I guess we can leave now because you clearly don't like the things I like. Like, well, yeah, that's not a surprise. There are things that people like, and there are things that people don't like, and they eventually will find things that they don't like and like mutually exclusively of each other. So stating it doesn't explain most things. Like, oh yeah, you're a different person than I am. No kidding. No kidding. Why not share that? Like, how are you different? Oh, I don't have time to explain that because you're so different from me, you wouldn't understand. Okay. Well then, you removed all shred of doubt or possibility of that. So, not much. You're more than welcome to stop on by, share your thoughts, right? I'll make commentary. We'll share each other's ideas, exchange ups and downs, discuss and explain things, whether it's text or speech, or hey, you can record your audio file, or do an essay on yourself and you can link the essay to me. That's perfectly fine too. I would love to hear your stories. Write it in a book. I'm still at shock at someone saying just be aware that text must be viewed literally only. That is so asinine, in my opinion. That triggered me so much. Like, so when are you gonna write your book? And then when I read the text, it's not transformative, apparently. Right? I think that's really myopic. That's downplaying the median to make an excuse that someone else is taking advantage of the situation. Right? You're making yourself into a victim, and then you're making me the aggressor. Despite spending and investing openly. That's going to happen, obviously. So sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Feel free to gamble, right? If you don't want to gamble, that's perfectly all right. As always, the door is there, right? Both coming in and going out. Until then, until next time, stay safe, guys. 大家下次见. I'll see you all next time. 感谢观看. Thanks for watching and listening. Yeah, be kind to one another. And look forward to our next argument and conflict of interest and whatnot. Until then, see ya. Bye bye.